And finally, to our special segment, Resurgent Africa. Amid the coups and the crises, there are many positive stories from Africa that often get overlooked, but not on this show. In a dramatic turn of events for wildlife conservation, South Africa has reported a significant drop in rhino poaching for the first half of 2024. Thanks to a combination of innovative strategies and relentless efforts by conservationists, the battle to save these majestic creatures is finally seeing a glimmer of hope. From dehorning programs to high-tech anti-poaching tactics, our last report gets you all the details about how South Africa is turning the tide in the fight against illegal wildlife trade.
The food chain is like a grand buffet of life. One creature on the menu is a must-have for another. The food chain isn't just a fancy restaurant, it's more like an interconnected web of branches where everyone depends on someone else's avocado toast. If a critter goes MIA or pulls a power move, the whole system gets as unstable as a Jenga tower at a party. Take rhinos, for example. These big, lovable tanks of the animal kingdom aren't just important, they are the VIPs, the keystone species that keeps the ecosystem's party going. They're the ultimate landscapers, munching through vegetation like it's an all-you-can-eat offer, and in turn, they help shape Africa's fabulous savannas. For years, animal welfare activists and scientists have been sweating bullets trying to save these magnificent beasts. It was like watching a slow drip of water into an empty jug, agonizing. But guess what? That jug is finally filling up. South Africa just announced a miraculous dip in rhino poaching in the first half of 2024. Now, before we all start popping champagne, let's give credit where it's due. The victory lap is partly thanks to a dehorning program that kicked off in April. According to the latest stats, 229 rhinos were killed from January to June, a slight but also sweet decline compared to last year. Dehorning is like giving rhinos a safe haircut, removing their horns to make them less appealing to poachers. It's drastic, but think of it as a preventive makeover that's safe and painless for the rhino. It's one of the best ways to keep those critically endangered black rhinos and their slightly less endangered white cousins alive and kicking. Environment Minister Deon George gave a shout-out to the dehorning efforts in KwaZulu-Natal, particularly in Luluwe Imfolozi Park, where over 1,000 rhinos have had their horns trimmed since April. In South Africa, every single day a rhino is killed for its horn. It's one of the most tragic trends out there, with rhino horn being used in traditional medicines or flaunted as a status symbol. The rhino horn is made up of keratin, the same stuff in our hair and nails, but apparently it's more exquisite when it's ripped from a dead rhino. As of the end of 2023, South Africa had 16,056 rhinos, including 2,065 black and 13,991 white rhinos. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, black rhinos are the VIPs on the endangered list. But it's not all gloom and doom. The government's crackdown on poaching has led to over 60 arrests in the first half of 2024. The police have confiscated guns and secured convictions. In a scene that looked like something came to reality from a sci-fi film, scientists injected radioactive material into rhino horns to make them easier to track at border posts. The Environment Ministry says that despite the poaching horrors, the rhino population in South Africa has increased by 1,023 from 2021 to 2023. The fight to save rhinos is full of highs and lows, but the recent dip in poaching is a win worth celebrating. It's a reminder that every little effort counts, and together we can make a difference. Because in this chain of life, every link is priceless.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree for humanity, one tree for Mother Earth, one tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon fans move across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost America. I'm Aaron Ham, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C.